Good news for all of us, especially for the staff members of WIPO, to know that finally Francis Gurry, Director General WIPO, is under investigations by the Office of Internal Oversight Services on the request of WIPO Member States. It seems finally the Member States are tired with the leadership of Francis Gurry. I know staff members would be very happy if Francis Gurry is removed from. During his tenure, staff is always threatened, feels unprotected. See the incident in October 2014, before the WIPO assembly started, he removed the president of WIPO staff. This was not a stupid decision because he was afraid that if he is not removed, then he is going to disclose all the things he has been doing against the staff members. Because President has the right to explain the situation of the staff members under the leadership of the Director General. But he was terminated just before the beginning of the WIPO assemblies. But assembly went smooth. Nobody talked about that. This was completely undemocratic. It was a dictatorial way to remove the president, elected president by who was representing the staff members. There were many people removed under the title for the interest of the organization or in the interest of the organizations. Anybody who raised his head against Francis Gurry, he was removed under the 3 words: performance, attitude and conduct. He made complete mess in WIPO. It is not me. See the report given by the Joint Inspection Unit. They find WIPO management is a very complex and needs to be, because there is no clarity, there is no accountability. Whatever the Director General does, there is no accountability. But if any staff member do anything, he is accountable. He is removed immediately. Director General has a right to remove, to terminate, to promote, to recruit any staff member. In WIPO, more than 1,200 employees are on the mercy of Director General. Anytime, on any ground, he can remove anyone. See, he removed the president of Staff Federation WIPO. But we have 189 member states. Nobody thought about how to remove, because there is no provision to remove when you know this Director General is not doing good. He is abnormal. He is sick, mentally sick. He should be removed immediately before the damage is done big. But we are continued to tolerate his stupidities. Now this is the high time. All staff members who they feel he should not continue as a Director General should give in writing to the member states. Now the assembly is just near, coming in October. We should make collective efforts to file as much as complaints we can file, who they have been victim to Francis Gurry. Francis Gurry, for me and for the staff members, is an abnormal. He is a sick, mentally sick person. He should be removed as early as possible. We should not repeat the same history like Mr. Kamil Idris was continued 11 years as the Director General, knowing the fact that he joined WIPO on false documentation. See his date of birth issue. But he took 11 years. Nobody could dare to remove him. Why we are afraid to? We don't have a choice. We don't have people. Or in 189 countries, we cannot find a good leader. Why we choose the staff member as the Director General? We should have taken a lesson from the history when Dr. Kamil Idris became a Director General. He abused. And again we chose the staff member as a Director General because staff members has so many enemies inside. Like Francis Gurry, he disliked many people, and when he became the Director General, he got a power to remove, to victimize, to terminate, or he can victimize in any way. But staff has no choice. Finally, if someone is removed, he or she has a choice to go to the tribunal. And tribunal, I don't want to say anything, tribunal is not fair. ILO tribunal is not fair in deciding the case. I will put a different, another video which is going to explain how the administrative tribunal of ILO has been biased in deciding the case. Especially there is a conflict of interest. There are judges which favors the Director Generals. They hardly favor staff members. Only Director Generals are protected. So we have to stop this stupidity. Now is a time. I request all the people who they have been victims, please come together with the staff member of WIPO and file complaints. And file a complaint to the Office of the Internal Oversight Services, which is going to be helpful to decide that Mr. Francis Gurry should be removed as early as possible. And WIPO should reopen the cases who they have been victim of Francis Gurry. Because it's very easy to terminate anybody